Good morning, everybody. How you doing?
Hey, everybody.
Welcome to the morning rundown, your first 15-minute break of the day. I'm Paulette. Y'all know
Yeah,
who that is over there.
yeah, let's get into it.
All
Telling you,
right.
there's some stuff going on.
Man, is it? So, Cullen, you were telling me about this unfortunate shooting in um,
In
Texas. What
Dallas,
even
yeah.
happened?
It was in Dallas, Texas. It was a suburb of, it was a suburb in Allen, like a mall or whatever. This guy named Mauricio Garcia. He had a lot of white supremacy ideology. They found out, and he killed 8 people, injured many others. And the crazy thing is, this is how he got stopped. He got stopped by a police officer that was responding to an unrelated event, and just happened to be there.
Wow,
And he's the one who killed him. Otherwise,
that's insane.
he would have probably killed a lot more. He had at least two AR-15.
What?
Yeah, he had body armor. Like he was full of like ammunition and everything. He was ready. So unfortunately, another mass shooting. I think they say it's the 199th this year. And again, this is gonna talk about gun control versus mental health. They always want to say it's not gun control, it's the person that's
Right.
just shooting the gun. And I again, I mean, we not to belabor the point, but every time this happens, you know, you have to wonder what are we doing? How are we continually to allow this to happen and not
Yeah.
take at least AR-15s off the market? I mean, come on
Like,
now.
and it's so funny that you bring that up. I was at a flea market over the weekend, and there was a guy selling them. They were just out.
That's
You know what I
crazy.
mean? Like, he had semi-automatic rifles. He had a couple of 38s just laid out, and the guys were standing there, yeah, oh, and blah blah blah. At any time in an outdoor facility like that, and I stopped, and I just, here's my question. And my question is how many more of us have to lose our lives because, and so here's the other question. Texas is a red state.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
So what do we do with that kind of issue? Because no matter how many people lose their lives because of this, they're still going to stand by this quote unquote right to bear arms.
Right.
There's the issue of how do we protect that, and is it even necessary because we're in a different time?
Right.
I mean, I'm so confused. Like, it just continues to keep happening, and it makes it even so. Like yesterday, I wanted to go to this. It's the state fair, not far from where I live, and I thought, oh, this will be so nice. I was like, I wonder, should I even go? Are we at that point where we
Right.
wonder if we need to go to the grocery store? Do we need to continue to? I mean, what level of fear are we putting into this country, into the people of this country, by not doing something about instilling some type of gun law? Like, I
Right.
don't understand.
Like, wasn't it one in Atlanta last weekend?
Yes, it was. It was at a hospital. He walked in and shot up the hospital. And it's like he got away. I think they did catch him. I haven't been keeping up much with it,
Mm.
but I know it's information that will be available on brownstoneworldwide.com today, and for the rest of the week we'll be talking about gun control laws and so forth. I got questions
Yeah.
because it's happening too frequently. We do, like, how many people do we need to? And clearly, here's the thing: it just seems to me that the people that we are voting in don't care.
Mm. No.
Oh
Okay.
my God. I don't know. Cullen, we could talk about it all day. We really
Yeah.
could. But what was the other thing that you sent me? That. Whew.
Black unemployment falls to a historic low the last 2 months.
That's right. And what did I tell you? I said,
You didn't believe it.
I don't believe it. I don't believe, I don't believe that black unemployment is at an all-time low.
Mm.
Let me tell you why.
Okay, I'm listening.
I am of the mindset that what black folks have done is what we've always known how to do.
Right.
And when you tell us that number one, you're treating us poorly on jobs, you are laying us off, you are furloughing people because of COVID.
Yep.
I know of several people right now who never went back to work.
Oh, there's a lot
So
of people
they're
like that.
yeah, so it's a lot of people. So I don't even know the data is skewed because you're not taking into account all of the people that have not returned back to work. So where are you getting your data from? That's
Yeah.
where I'm concerned. It just seems to me that, you know, that people just making up stuff. I don't know. Am I wrong for saying that?
That's
I
what
don't. Y'all just making up numbers. I'm sorry. You just making up numbers. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna turn my head. Look, because I don't believe you. I don't believe it. Okay, where they getting this data from, Cullen?
I mean, it's data. The same data they had when Trump was in office.
No, it says here last month, just 4.7% of black workers in the U.S. didn't have a job. According to who? We working. Let me tell you where we working at. We working on TikTok. We
Yeah.
working on our own Shopify stores. We have entire coaching opportunities that we
Yeah.
have made for ourselves. We
Mhm.
selling hair butter, oils, soap. We're selling t-shirts. We are selling courses. We are selling digital downloads. We are teaching people. We have created an entire economy, listen closely, that is not being accounted for in these
That's
numbers.
true. That
So
is true.
do you know what I'm saying?
And,
And I
and
think
and it's because of the pandemic that made people say, okay, I know people were talking about we need additional streams. Now
yeah,
we really need additional streams, of income.
right.
And when people started to see that other people were making money other ways, I mean, follow suit, make that
Right,
money.
right. And I think, and so many people, I think, like you said, when the pandemic hit, a lot of folks, and let's also keep this under, um, like let's just keep this in perspective. A lot of people that were let go look like us,
Yeah.
and they made a decision right away. And see, here's something else: when they opened those doors and they said, "Y'all, it's time to return back to work," they was like, "We already at work. We already here. I clocked in on my own stuff." And people have
especially
choice now.
especially people that were working from home for two and a
Yeah,
half 3 years, and now they want them to come back. Yeah,
right.
I either will work from home or I'm not working for you.
That part. And
Yeah.
most people now they're either 1099. So do they count that? Do they count the
Yeah.
self-employed? Do they?
Right.
I don't believe those numbers. I don't believe that black folks is they we just doing we we doing what we've always done.
Okay. Yeah, we definitely have to dig into that.
Yep. Okay. What's up next on
So
the
so my hot topic for today, y'all. I need y'all to
okay.
really dig into this. So what happened to kids fearing their parents, right? Whatever
Mm,
happened to discipline? Whatever happened to Big Mama? You know, are we failing our kids today?
are we?
What say you?
All right. So Cullen, y'all, let me just say this. Let's put it up there really quick. Colors Corner question of the day. What happened to kids fearing their parents, disciplining, and Big Mama? Are we failing our children? Y'all, this is going to be the hot topic today on brownstoneworldwide.com, where Cullen is going to be posing the question. We definitely want to find out what your thoughts are. If it were me, I would head over to Facebook and go to Brownstone Worldwide and start digging in. And then also head over to brownstoneworldwide.com and leave your comments. Because when we go live with Cullen's Corner, we definitely are going to be reading your comments live. So, what do
Definitely.
I think? What happened to Big Mama Cullen? Say, you tell me what happened.
Well, first of all, Big Mama is not the same as Big Mama when we were growing up.
No, they're not.
Big Mama is a lot younger now. Number
Yes,
one.
we are.
The Big Mama I'm used to was She was already older. She was, teaching us stuff in the kitchen, cooking, how to take care of, the household and yourself,
Yep.
and respect your black woman and your black
Hmm.
man,
Yeah.
and nowadays it's like the I don't know if it's because the government got into the family and trying to change things, like, you can't touch it, like we were talking last week. You can't do anything in schools. You can't.
Right.
If you raise your voice to somebody, they'd be like, "I'm
Yep.
calling the cops because you beat me, or you
It's
you
anything.
gave me a whooping, so I'm calling the cops." It's like, still, to me, that's silly. I'm a I'm an advocate of discipline.
Hmm.
Not so much beatings, even though I got whooped. You know,
Right.
I probably whooped my son once or twice, but I'm not a big advocate of it. But I am
Right.
mad at people that do it.
Hmm.
There's a lot of other ways of disciplining, but when it comes to kids fearing their parents nowadays,
Hmm.
I don't see it. Kids, not like when we were children, and I still fear my parents to this.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a
I
certain
fear
level of
my
respect.
parents. I fear my parents, my grandparents, my uncles, my aunts,
What you say, everybody?
everybody, because it was a
Yeah.
community. Because you get
Yeah.
whooped by like 3 or 4 people before you just like, okay, I ain't gonna do it no more.
Right. I ain't doing it no more. I ain't doing it no more. So listen, I to your point, I there are so many different things. So, like you said, I'm a grandparent. And surprise, surprise, because that's how I was when I found out I was getting ready to be a grandparent. Um, I have officially 4 grandchildren, and uh, I am Mimi. I am not Big Mama. Number one, because the big mama I remember is like the big mama that you remember, right? She was older. She wore a house coat all the time and house shoes. You know, she really didn't, do the things that I do as a grandparent. Like I work out and, I'm doing my thing. And that's not to say that there's that, but that's the image that I remember.
Yeah.
And that's not who I am as a grandparent. You know what I mean? The big mamas of yesterday are me now. You know what I mean? Like we're still teaching, we're still doing all of the things, but we're coming from a different place. So, on the shoulders of those beautiful sisters who taught me and taught you, I stand as well as other people. And I still got a little bit of thug in me too now. You know what I mean? When you talk
Yeah.
about respect, but it comes in different ways. I share more with my children and my grandchildren than I know that my parents did with me and my grandparents did with me. Like we didn't know what was happening in the house, and that impacted a lot of us as we were growing up. I remember when I got my first apartment, I didn't know I had to go and have the lights and the gas turned off because nobody told me. So
Mm.
I teach those things to my children and my grandkids, and we teach them different things, and we share with them different things than we did before. That does not mean that you get to call me your homegirl because I ain't.
Yep.
You know what I
Yep.
mean? So there's still that line that needs to be drawn in the sand when you're talking about um, respect and
Right.
respecting your elders. But then also, I think that it comes down to something that you said earlier, which is um, too many people in your business. To
Yes.
some degree, when children are being impacted in a negative way from abuse of any kind, yes, somebody should be involved. Because as black families used to do back in the day, we always had the uncle or somebody in the household that was doing stuff that's still impacting women my age right now today. Right. And we're living with it. And folks ain't supposed to say nothing. And y'all ain't supposed to do this. And go ahead and say, hug your Uncle Willie. Uncle Willie had his fingers up my crotch. So
Mm.
you want me to still and you want me to respect that? So with those, that's a level of respect we're not going to do. And it's okay for women to acknowledge, and people period, to acknowledge that we're not going to be doing that anymore. So I think also some of this has to do with the fact that there was so much trauma in our families back in the day that we wouldn't talk about. So
Yes.
we stood up for,
Hence,
we're standing up for ourselves now.
yeah. Hence the mental health discussion that no
Yeah,
one likes to talk about.
right.
It's a stigma there.
Right.
I mean,
Absolutely.
so yeah, I just think our children are in a crisis. We're facing a crisis. Not all parents are failing. There are
Right.
parents out there that's doing their thing, but you see it, and unfortunately, when you see things on TV, it's not a microcosm of how everything truly is. And I
Absolutely.
think that's what people get their concept
Absolutely.
of how black people are,
Right.
children in the city in cities are urban children are.
Yeah.
It's just like you know, let's figure out a way to get the real out there,
Yeah.
and let people know this is not how families are really are.
No.
Let's figure it out so
Do
we can
you
talk about
think so here's a quick question because I know we got about 4 minutes. Do you think that social media and how children have much more access to what's happening out there via TikTok, Facebook, and all of this are also a portion of that as well?
it. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it gives you just like you have more stimulation nowadays than we did when we were kids. There's more information out there. But it's in the same light, kids nowadays are less inclined to do anything. They they're not, they have so much they have out there that's out there for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yet they're not like us that we were like we made it happen. If we didn't
Right.
know how to do it, we made sure to
Figured it
figure it
out.
out.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just it's a thing that we just need to talk about and work on.
And what's the plan of action as a community? You know what I mean?
That's a good question. That is a good
Because
question.
we could talk about it all day long.
We
We
can.
could talk about the negativity and but the dynamic of the black family or the family itself has changed.
Hmm.
Um, Mama and daddy work. I know my mother didn't work; she stayed at home when my dad worked. So it's so many different things that are different. Tradition is not the same.
Right.
And we're talking about it. I think a lot of it has to do with what we saw as kids because we didn't, we weren't exposed, if you will, to all of the things that our parents didn't want us to know. They
Right.
wouldn't talk about it.
Hmm.
Now it's a free for all out here,
All
you
right.
know. And so I think that has a lot to do with it, where the kids are seeing more, they're being exposed to more early. When things happen at home, they're acting out at school. These suckers right here can be addicting when it comes to, being told, and the teachers can't teach anymore. So it's starting to permeate into other areas of society as well. And
Right.
how do you stop it? Where does it stop?
There's so many things we got to work on. We just
Yep.
got to keep talking about it though.
Yep, got to keep talking about it and keeping it to the forefront. This is a good one. So you all already know what the hot topic of the week is going to be with Cullen's Corner Hot Topics this week. Y'all, I need to let y'all know something. Boom. There it is. Y'all see that? That is Major General Johnny Davis on the cover of Brownstone Living magazine this month, right? So it took us a little while. We got that approval and we are ready to go. We made it through their legal department. My nerves was on edge, and it is chock full of amazing information this month for you guys from the people in the neighborhood. We have some great folks. We have some people like who is it? James Peterson is in it this month.
Yep.
We
Hmm.
also have a wonderful article on Johnny Davis. We also have some content from Leanne Dulce. Colors Corner Hot Topics, of course, is in here. Thanks for the love, y'all. And we also have Dr. Michelle Josie. So many different. And then guess what else? Mother's Day,
Oh
Memorial
yeah.
Day tributes, all kinds of stuff for the entire month of May. And we're going to give you guys information this week on how you can get to be in the June issue for Father's Day, for Juneteenth, and also your graduate can be in this next month's magazine coming up as a graduation announcement. So we wanted to definitely let you guys know about that. If you want a copy of this month's magazine, which is due out this week, y'all, all you have to do is give Cullen, I can't find it always. Here it is. All right. So all you have to do is go to bit.ly/monthly 599. Bit.ly/monthly 599 and get last month's copy will automatically be sent to you. And once you subscribe for $5.99 a month, you're gonna always get that new issue along with a free digital download for all of our subscribers. All right, folks, that's all I got. What about you, Cullen?
So, oh my God, let's get it.
All right, y'all. Well, we'll see you on another edition tomorrow morning of the Morning Rundown, your first 15-minute break of the day for news and information that you can use. You guys, I'll see you later on this afternoon for the day shift. We'll see you all later. Have a good one.